So good morning, everybody. This is Carlos Castillo running at Elk Lake. I haven't run here for years, ever since the beginning of the pandemic. So 4 minutes into my run, about a minute into my recording, and about 3/4 of a kilometer done of 10. I will try and stay out of zone 4, which is around 145, 150. It's super early today. It's not even 8. Minutes 45. It's pretty swift for this stage of my run, so I'll walk a little bit here until my breathing stabilizes. I do have my good camera with me, so we can expect some half-decent photos. I will take one here. This is where Beaver Lake and Elk Lake meet. There used to be a little dam and some kind of mill. I'm not sure if it was for cutting wood or whatever, but yeah, there used to be 2 lakes here, not one. But they raised the level and made it into one lake. One kilometer down. I have run here hundreds of times. In fact, I used to run about 50 kilometers a week here back in the day. I do have my good camera. I do have my heart rate strap. Everything seems to be working. I took the sunglasses off my face and stuck them on my head. Hello. I saw that guy before. A Sikh man. So I'm above my pace at the moment. I need just over 2 hours today to make up my week. As I approach one of the traditional hike sections on this sloop, as you can hear, there is a fair bit of music.
Distance 1.16 kilometers. Average heart rate 84. Workout average pace 6 minutes 53 seconds per kilometer.
Wow. Now that is a big tree. I'm just going to take a photograph of a fallen tree. As I say, I haven't been here for so long. This is all
Autopause.
a trip down memory lane for me.
Workout resumed. Faster.
Just working my way up to the riding ring, the upper level. Just about to join what used to be the spur line that ran on the west side of Elk Lake. I'm going to take a photograph here. Just for the record, just for the
Zone 1.
episode photograph.
Distance 1.23 kilometers. Average heart rate 103. Workout average pace 7 minutes 13 seconds per kilometer.
7 minutes 13 is still ahead of my pace at 6 minutes 30 of my recording. I will pause it momentarily. So I'm about 2k in now. Hi there. Good morning. Zone 4. Some of my early morning comrades.
Distance 1.98 kilometers. Average heart rate 133. Workout average pace 7 minutes 3 seconds per kilometer.
Time for another photograph.
Steady.
This is the old last spike in the railroad kind of photograph.
Faster.
Good.
Auto pause. Zone 2.
Well, the last time you heard from me, I was recording with Derek, and I gave you the news that I had to double back on myself because my bike failed. Luckily, Norma was with me, so when we got home, after having pedaled almost a kilometer, mostly uphill, I got home and switched bikes. I got onto Norma's electric bike and continued my trip out to see Derek. 43 seconds ahead.
Average heart rate 138. Workout average pace 7 minutes 9 seconds per kilometer. Zone 3.
I'm anticipating my pace to drop a little bit later on, but that's okay. My bike ride out here was faster than I had calculated. So I've got about an hour and 15 to get around this lake. I'm running in a clockwise direction.
Faster.
I wanna tell you how it's gonna be.
Time 16 minutes. Distance 2.24 kilometers.
I'm planning to put this out as a music podcast, a musical mashup. The word mash will appear somewhere in the title. Good morning. Hi. So 3K, almost done. Well, maybe not quite. In about another 2 minutes.
Average pace 7 minutes per kilometer.
7 minutes. Not fade away. I hope that I don't fade away today. I'm definitely going to beat most of the heat. That's for sure. In a way, it's a little bit easier for me to run with the music going.
1 minute 7 seconds ahead. Time 18 minutes. Distance 2.54 kilometers. Average heart rate 136. Workout average pace 7 minutes 3 seconds per kilometer.
Because I can phrase my sentences around the music. This is the home of the Elk Beaver Ultra Marathon event, which is going to take place this year, but not in May like it usually used to be, but the second year of restrictions, it'll happen in August.
Zone 3. Time 19 minutes. Distance 2.69 kilometers. Average heart rate 137. Workout average pace 7 minutes 4 seconds per kilometer.
So not quite 3 yet, but getting there. Still managing to stay out of zone 4. This is where I got my name, right here. A friend of mine, an ultramarathon legend, Rob Grant, named me right here at this bench. He was manning an aid station for a triathlon that was happening here many years ago. So that was the bench. They had a water table set up there.
Workout resumed.
He was a real thriller kind of guy. He called me the Jackal because of my first name, Carlos, which was the same as the given name for the running, not the running jackal, but the jackal, the terrorist. For the longest time, my nickname always worried me when I was going through US Customs and Immigration. I've seen a hummingbird hovering in front of me. Absolutely zero chance of getting a photograph of him. Very elusive chaps, the hummingbirds. Zone 4 I heard. I think the volume settings are just about right.
2.99 kilometers. Average heart rate 131. Workout average pace 7 minutes 1 second per kilometer.
Yeah, so that's pretty likely to be the 3K mark now.
Zone 3.
As I walk a little further, back in the day I never used to walk at all in this event, the Elk Beaver Ultras. I used to run straight through. Granted, I was running about this pace 5 years ago, but without taking any walk breaks. But in the last 5 years or so, having received a kind of, not scary, but worth paying attention to medical warning from my doctor. Not a particularly overcautious guy, but he did recommend that I didn't compete anymore. And then what with the Achilles surgery, that took a big chunk out of my fitness. For almost 4 months I was barely able to walk without crutches. Alright, Samantha, faster, she says. Faster I go.
Time 23 minutes. Distance 2.13 kilometers. Average heart rate 125. Workout average pace 7 minutes 7 seconds per kilometer.
7-7. I heard that. Actually, this whole business about my heart rate, I mean, my biggest critic was my wife. She was the one who suggested that unless I was prepared to back off the effort, she wasn't happy with me running so much. So I promised her that I would. And I have done that pretty well. As you know, let me go again, it's zone 2.
Time 24 minutes. Distance 3.35 kilometers. Average heart rate 131. Workout average pace 7 minutes 9 seconds per kilometer.
7-9 is reasonable considering how far I still have to go. This is a dirt trail, but pretty flat, if you ask me. A good road runner should be able to do quite a respectable time on this trail. In fact, I am wearing my new road shoes. I get a little bit of downhill now. Not very much. Zone 4.
Time 25 minutes. Distance 3.52 kilometers. Average heart rate 130. Workout average pace 7 minutes 5 seconds per kilometer. Slow.
I hear voices. I wonder if it's anybody I know.
Zone 3.
They're closing on me. Will no doubt pass me soon. Here they come.
Time 26 minutes. Distance 3.64 kilometers. Average heart rate 150. Workout average pace 7 minutes 7 seconds per kilometer.
I'm like, okay, so here's from where we come from. Like the accent to the outdoors is so much better. But I just hear lumber.
Hello. And down. This is the disabled fisher's dock. Fisher person. They have accessible access. If that's not a redundant phrase. It's open to all, whether they're disabled or not.
Time 27 minutes. Distance 3.81 kilometers. Average heart rate 145. Workout average pace 7 minutes 5 seconds per kilometer. Zone 3. Faster. Zone 2. Auto pause.
Hello.
Beaver roller.
So 21 minutes into this epic trip down memory lane. I now hit the only piece of pavement on the entire 10-kilometer loop. It's about 300 meters long, if that.
Zone 2.
Yep, even at this time of the day, there's a few people here. Good morning.
Time 28 minutes. Distance 3.93 kilometers. Average heart rate 128. Workout average pace 7 minutes 6 seconds per kilometer. Steady.
Steady, she says.
Time 32 minutes. Distance 4.46 kilometers. Average heart rate 125. Workout average pace 7 minutes 9 seconds per kilometer.
So I'm back here, 23 minutes in. I'm riding the pause button today so I can keep track of my recording. Just approaching the north end.
That's all out there, and I don't care.
There's a lot of rowing action happening on this lake. It was the home of the Commonwealth Games back in whenever it was, 94, I think. I wasn't here then. I was probably watching.
Average heart rate 142. Workout average pace 7 minutes 7 seconds per kilometer.
Yeah, I think that's the yell of early morning rowers. Super Magnolia. Good morning. Hi. So this is the north end boat ramp. We go over a little funky bridge and then back onto the highway side of the run. I might mute it a little more. Hi. Some of these dudes I recognize from 3 or 4 years ago. She's got everything. Yeah, good photo here. Rowers, fisher people.
Workout resumed. Zone 2. Faster. Auto pause. Zone 1.
Yeah, the little kid ran to the end of the boat ramp dock, but that was a little too far away from his dad and the shallow end. So I'm off again. Hello. Coming up on the halfway now. 90 kilometers. Average heart rate 134. Workout average pace 7 minutes 8 seconds per kilometer. There used to be a sign here for 5k, but they moved it. I think they remeasured it. Excuse me. Our friend Brad and I have run 3. Well, he's run 3. I think I ran 2 100k races here. Yes, I used the 4-letter word race. But that was then, and this is now.
Time 36 minutes. This is 5.04 kilometers. Average heart rate 132. Workout average pace 7 minutes 8 seconds per kilometer.
7, 8, that's good. I'm just going to take a picture of some rowers just about to start. Hang on, let me pause this. So I paused it there to take a little bit of some rowing footage. I used to be a coxswain in my youth. I think I was 15, something like that. I was recruited because I was small. They didn't want to carry around too much weight.
Time 37 minutes. This is 5.16 kilometers. Average heart rate 128. Workout average pace 7 minutes 9 seconds per kilometer.
7 minutes 9. My next port of call will be the relocated start of the Elk Beaver Ultras when I was the race director. Zone 4. Bam!
Steady.
Steady she goes. I'll save some photographs and some dialogue for the last little section.
5.30 kilometers. Average heart rate 136. Workout average pace 7 minutes 9 seconds per kilometer.
Okay.
Faster.
As I approach Hampsterley Beach, you will hear the highway noises build. It is right next to the highway quite soon. I will pause that section. Hi. Lots of runners today, even at 8:30 or 8:15 probably in the morning. Zone 3 I heard. I think 7 minutes 30 is a good podcaster's benchmark. I remember when I used to be able to record at 7-minute pace, but it's getting a little harder now, especially if I want to have enough air to speak.
16 kilometers. Average heart rate 136. Workout average pace 7 minutes 8 seconds per kilometer.
Yep, 7:08. Zone 3. So I have about 2k to go now. Yes, indeed. 2k to go. I'm back in the shade. I'm back away from the highway. Should be quite enough for me to hear Samantha. I did manage to get into zone 5 just then, because I couldn't hear her.
Average heart rate 135. Workout average pace 7 minutes 4 seconds per kilometer.
So 7:4, I'm speeding up now. It could have been the bit that I wasn't recording by the highway. Firstly, I couldn't hear Samantha, and secondly, all my oxygen was getting into my blood and not being blown out through my mouth while I speak. This is a very, very memorable spot for me. I remember once I was running in the 50-mile event, which is 8 and a bit laps here. And at that point in the race, I think I was on lap 6, and I was in the lead. And I was dying to take a bio break, but I really didn't want to get too far off the trail because I wanted to know where Mike was, the number 2 guy. So I relieved myself in the bushes there, where I could keep an eye on the trail. Because by that stage, we were all so spread out on the course, even with 3 events going on at the same time and possibly 70 athletes. I could still quite clearly go for most of a lap without seeing anybody. Because at that time, I hadn't devised my race director strategy of running in the opposite direction from the competitors. So I was running in the same direction as them all. And at that stage of the day, we were all moving around between 5.5 and 7.5 minute kilometers. So on a 10k loop, you're not very likely to be near anybody unless they're walking or they've stopped at an aid station for water. This is where I take the inside passage. So 7 minutes 6, and I have a mile to go. See, most recreational runners would take the main trail, which takes them up quite a long hill. But it is slightly shorter, and at the time there was some question about how long the 10K loop was. So I chose the slightly flatter but slightly longer loop. Just when everybody started using GPS for their tracking, that was a real race director's nightmare. All these people claiming that the race was short or the race was long. I mean, come on now. Let's not get too anal about this. Anyway, I've got about a minute to go. So I will pause once again and pick this up at the very last bit. So I can almost see my bike from here. I have to go over a little metal bridge. I heard a zone 4. I will push on, seeing as I'm that close to finishing. Over the bridge. I can see my bike from here. As I run across the grass.
Time 1 hour 11 minutes. 9.97 kilometers. Average heart rate 139. Workout average pace 7 minutes 7 seconds per kilometer.
So it'll be exactly 10 kilometers when I get to my bike in about 20 seconds from now. I have run 1 hour and 11 minutes now, and I have 38 minutes on my recording, so that'll do it for today. Bye bye.